Yeah, sure.
So, what is your understanding of technical communication, the course
So
that you're doing right now?
yeah, so thankfully you can interpret it in a very or in a lot of ways because
Okay.
I think the classical interpretation of it. Oh, by the way, I'm really sorry about the background noises. I think there's like a barbecue party in the garden right next to my window.
No problem. No
Yeah.
problem about that.
Um, so technical communication is like the classic interpretation of it would be something which I think would translate into technical editing. So those are people who write instructions for technical devices or computer programs or something like that, which quite frankly I didn't find really interesting from the get-go. But thankfully
Okay.
enough, you can yeah interpret it in many different ways. So for me, it's more about how humans interface with computer systems because my major is or my one of my majors is computer science. So
Hmm.
um, yeah, you can also in our study program you could choose from four different technical subjects, which were or by now it's only three. I think it's computer science, mechanical engineering, and electrical engineering. And you're supposed to be some sort of connecting element between
Okay.
different domains. So sometimes, for example, what you could pursue is um, when you have people talking in jargon and very technical terms all the time, then
Hmm.
it's your job to make it understandable for people who don't have the same expertise. And
Uh, so in a way, you're bridging the gap between the highly technical information or people or work and the people who are not familiar with the technical jargon, as you mentioned. So
yeah, that's exactly it,
okay.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So you talk about your work at the Institute of Communication Sciences. Can you also discuss in more detail what exactly you are doing and how you started and how you evolved there at the Institute of Communication Sciences? Because I think you have worked for around 2 years or 3 years here already. So
Mhm.
what's your journey here?
Yeah, so I can talk about some projects that I had there. Like I think one that captures this very well is I think really the first project that I had there, which was together with another student assistant there. We were allowed to take part in a competition, which was a dataset challenge, and the task was to analyze a dataset by um, yeah, it was on Google searches. So what they did basically was they developed a plugin and then sent or had about 1,000 people download the plugin, and this plugin searched for a set of search terms or compiled Google search results for a set of search terms for each person and then aggregated all the data.
Okay.
And it was our task to find out if there's like bias in the search results. So if different people see different search results, um,
Uh, okay.
which is kind of the conjecture of one guy called Eli Pariser about filter bubble. This is like the buzzword that everyone is using. Like
What's that?
like technology and delivers different content to different people through recommender algorithms and so on. So um, the fear is that different people just see different realities, and this is why people have so different views of the world right now. Yeah, and our task was sort of to find or to see if that's true for the data that we had. Yeah, and that was actually quite a great project to learn because yeah, it was a quite a tedious data set. It wasn't like your classical tabular data where you can easily understand and explore the data, but it was in sort of
Okay.
a nested JSON uh, file,
Mm.
and we had to unnest it and explore it a lot. And yeah, we didn't really find anything quite interesting, but it was a good experience. And it's also quite exemplary for the things that we are trying to do.